Is this where I sign up for GTA? I'm ready to break some records.
Is that a skateboard? This ain't X Games, homie.
How about this?
Scooter? Seriously.
Well, how about this?
Fixed gear? Roll on, skinny jeans.
You don't want none of this.
Come on, homie, you need to bring a car. And he definitely needs a bigger seat.
What was that?
Nothing. I got it under control.
Dude.
No canards, no graphics. This ain't even a proper race car.
Man, what's the deal? This car could run in GTA. Any cars could run a global time attack. Let me see that thing.
No, he needs a race license at least.
Dude, just a NASA membership. That's it. Man, read the rules, dog. You wrote them. Come here. Let's get you signed up for GTA, bro. You're ready.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Road Atlanta, round 2 of the Formula Drift series, and also round 2 of our Global Time Attack series. My name's John Nadzaderi, and I'm here at one of the world's best road courses, Road Atlanta. 2.54 miles, 12 turns, super, super fast course, and we're honored to be here. We're with Global Time Attack, but we're also here on the Drift Atlanta weekend. This is our pre-grid show, our pre-game show, whatever you want to call it. The Super Bowl's tomorrow. Formula Drift and Global Time Attack on the same track for the first time. Second round of Formula Drift, second round of Global Time Attack. We're here in the Global Time Attack paddock right now. Special thanks to the guys from Bell One Racing Communications and Ubiquity Broadcast Communication for getting this live stream going, getting it out all this weekend. You can go to globaltimeattack.com, see the schedule, or if you're watching this on our page right now, look right above you. You can see the little schedule right above my head. Anyways, beautiful weather out here. We had a little bit of rain earlier. The track is a little green, so to speak, but there's Formula 2000 teams here. There's Formula Atlantic teams here running the entire course. Going to really rubber down this weekend. Producer Daryl, we want to show the paddock right here. We got Joe Ippolito unloading that mean Nissan Sentra. It's actually got a Maxima engine in it, so that's pretty wild. The car's actually being backed out right now. I spoke to Joe Ippolito. He said he wasn't even sure he was going to come today. Said, you know what? I read the NASA rules. The car's legal. I'm excited. He has the NASA record on this, the Sentra record for a NASA car on this course. I don't know what the exact time is, but he's going to be running it in limited front-wheel drive. Producer Daryl panning across there showing the back of that all-too-familiar Tanaka Racing Corvette. Jacob Tanaka traveled all the way here from the West Coast. I believe he's number 7th in limited class championship points, but his points are going to skyrocket because he's one of the only limited cars who've competed in 2 events this year. You see a truck going by through the camera. We are right in the heat of the Formula Drift paddock, so we're sharing space with them. We also see Todd Reed's Reed Speed Fortune Auto. That is an unlimited class front-wheel drive car, but Todd said he put a dash on, got some compliant tires, did a few other changes, and he classed it down to limited class because he was getting crushed by Rado. We're also going to show, Producer Daryl, if we could show right over there, that is the Deft Motion car. I believe Austin Cabot is the driver of that car. That car, Deft Motion S2000, they're in street rear-wheel drive. And we come across over here, lo and behold, Producer Daryl, is that a white Porsche that I see there? That car is unbelievable. Jared Stoops, bringing that to unlimited rear-wheel drive. And our last unlimited rear-wheel drive car here today is the Kevin Parlet's Soho Motorsports Infiniti G35. Very rare car for unlimited rear-wheel drive. You can't see them right there, but you see that blue. Producer Daryl, you pan over to the right a little bit. See that shift to a higher standard? Spec clutches here. Dave Norton in that gorgeous 1995 240SX S14 chassis. Beautiful, beautiful car. Back years ago when I mattered, I was at Super Street Magazine and we did a feature on this car. Gorgeous, gorgeous car. But obviously, as always, the news of the weekend over here in this paddock. We're looking at, right over here, Producer Daryl, we're looking at the unlimited front-wheel drive class car of Christian Rado, the Team Need for Speed World Racing front-wheel drive car. This TC is just unbelievable. not this car, but he had a black one, which was known as Fwing 1.0. That car went 126.8 here. Rado says he's going to go faster. Even more importantly, depending on who you talk to, if you talk to the guys in his crew, they will say 186, 188. Rado says 192. He's been somewhere between 186 and 192 on the super fast straight going into 10A, where the drifters come down. I believe the fastest entry speed has ever been, I want to say Tanner Faust. He did a backwards entry in the that AM Rockstar TC when he was going probably a 106 entry speed. Rado wants to double that this year. He wants to go 200 miles an hour down that 10A front straight. Unbelievable speed. We think he could do it. The crew's here. We got a guy right here. I think we could talk to him here too, actually. The man, the myth, the legend. He's looking up his little black book. I think it's some of his speed secrets. This is a guy who's no stranger to this track. He's been here many, many times before with the late, great Sean Carlson. And now, Scotty Stanwood, back at Road Atlanta. Is it good to be back, sir?
Oh, it's awesome. I'm really excited to be here. This is one of my favorite tracks, if not my favorite track. I just love the area. I love the track. I love the greenery, the awesome blue skies and nice breeze we have today. So it's awesome to come out here and let's see our car slay this track.
Yeah, you built some crazy cars that are run out here. You and Sean Carlson built Samuel Hubinette's cars. Samuel did very well over the years at this track. Now you're coming back with sort of a different thing, front-wheel drive versus rear-wheel drive, and you're using actually the whole, you drifter guys, you guys only use like 2 turns. Come on, we're using all 12 turns, 2.54 miles, 100-mile-per-hour entry speed. His team's going for 200-mile-per-hour entry speed. You guys think you're going to pull that off down that straight?
I think so. I know Chris has it in him, and I know that's his goal for this event. And if that's in his mind to do it, he's not going to stop until he gets to it.
Now, you guys had a really, really crazy, if you go on the YouTube and you just type in the search, Chris Rado Fire, and it'll bring up this wild video. You guys ran an amazing time, a 149.1, only about a couple ticks off of your record in really, really impressive, very, very hot conditions. And then you had a cam sensor let go, and just all sorts of balls of flame came out. How's the car following that epic incident?
We have it back to full shape like nothing ever happened. So we definitely had to, it didn't like it just happened overnight. We worked really hard from that event. After we got back into town, we shut everything down. We put it all apart, took all the stuff, wiring harness, sent it to James Lynn. Gary had gone out and got the other motor ready to go. Tyler, myself, we got all the other components checked out, suspension and all. So we really worked hard and really pushed for it, and then got it in the trailer and came out here, and we got it all set up, ready to go for it.
Wonderful. Now, the Goo himself, Captain Chaos, the man, the myth, the legend, Chris Rado, has actually landed. He's actually in Hartford. He's made it to Atlanta. He landed at the airport. He's en route. Is that correct? As
I understand, he might be at the front gate right now raising cane, so I don't know. Rob was here a minute ago. He said he's going to get the Goo, so that means our head cheese is coming in hot. Oh man! And when Scotty says Chris is coming in hot, you gotta do Chris Rado Fire on YouTube, and you'll see what we mean by coming in. He's never happy unless he's winning, crossing the finish line upside down or on fire, and sometimes all 3 at once, huh? Yeah, unfortunately. So, hey, as long as I know he's happy and the car's working for him, then that's all we can do, and we know we're doing our job as the crew. Now,
you guys think we got that top speed, but we have Jay Stoops' very mean Porsche over there. You guys actually helped transport Jeff Westfall's car, Mike Warfield's GST Motorsports Impreza L. You guys think you'll have something for them on the overall time?
I'm sure. I don't know. I have no idea yet because, like I said, this track, I don't know anything about running the whole track, so this will be my first event to actually tackle this whole track and see what the car does, Well,
we're looking forward to it. Thank you very much, not only for bringing out the GST car, but for hustling so hard. We had a mere 3 weeks. If you saw this car, if you know anything about cars, and even if you don't, wiring harnesses are everything to the engine. Once you lose a wiring harness, that's a lot of work. So James Lynn and all the crew at World Racing, we really appreciate you guys getting the car back together. Scotty Stanwood.
Hey, no problem. Thank you. It's a pleasure for you guys having us out here, and I'm looking forward to this event.
All right, folks, that's a legend right there. He's been here at FD, and now he's here with Global Time Attack. And producer Darrell, maybe we could dip out here. We're going to get producer Darrell. Look at this. We're on live internet here. So we got producer Darrell coming out here. Now we're going to see if we can go over maybe to the front of the rig here. I got to fix this. See, they'll get very mad at me if I don't get that right. Going to come over here and check this one out. This car has won its class at every single one of our GTA events. It's set a class record at, I believe, 3 of 6 of our GTA events, and it's been the overall winner at 4 of 5 of our GTA events. Hey, stop. Mike Kojima's here. Look, it's Mike Kojima. See you guys. Mike Kojima from MotoIQ.com. He's actually building the Team America Nissan Skyline R32, and he's actually out here this weekend with Dai Yoshihara, of course. He's the suspension guru. We're going to see if we can get an interview with him later. But we were showing this car, Subaru Impreza L. This is the GST Motorsports car. Oh, Daryl's reached the end of his road. Producer Joel, come on over. Joel's laying cable for us. I said laying cable. Oh, hey, you got to show this, Producer Joel. Joel's just got spaghetti going over there. Here we go. That's our spaghetti right there. Producer Joel's trying to get the spaghetti coming over here. But this car right here, the Subaru Impreza L, GST Motorsports. Producer Darryl, can you show the tires? Last year they were on Hankook. This year, Continental. Extreme contact tires. They're actually on DOTs and the slicks. They'll be running the DOTs at our Superlap Battle Finals. New wheels from Wheel Dude and Rhoda. They have the Mishimoto. If you look at the Mishimoto heat defense tape, they have new sponsorship with Mishimoto. They're also working with World Racing. And you see all the louvers here. They've done a really, really crazy job. Andrew Brilliant, aerodynamicist supreme, has helped design these designed the louvers to help extract air and actually increase downforce. And if you look back here, Producer Daryl, show this little, oh, that fabrication's sort of rough. We're going to give it up to Mike for this, but genius work. They actually mounted the radiator in the back of the car, and you can see most of the interior of the car still not together. Jeff Westphal and Mike Warfield are on a plane right now, along with the GST crew, so they're coming over here. World Racing actually transported the car, so huge effort from them to get the car out here. Lucky number 7. That's Mike Warfield's lucky number 7 here. And now here, we're going to show Ty Cooley. Can we show Ty Cooley? Do a wheelie, Ty. Do a wheelie. Oh, he can't do a wheelie. Oh, boo, Ty. Ty Cooley from World Racing. Now we're going to make our way over here. Producer Darryl, can we cross the yellow brick road without someone running over the cable? As Producer Joel is laying cable here. Poor Producer Joel. He's got cable going everywhere. Now this car, check out this car, Producer Darryl. This car is an unlimited rear-wheel drive car. These guys just got these tires. I believe Kevin Parlett is the driver here, and there's Kevin. He's putting everything on the vehicle right now. We're going to see if we can grab him right now, too. This car, Soho Motorsports, this car is new to GTA, but these guys have been running a NASA. Oh, look at this TTU car. Stop Tech brakes. Very nice. Very clean car. Oh, Chase Bays. I know Chase Bays. They did. Oh, you got a full, like, wire tuck going on here and everything. Kevin says it's some other stuff. But representing for the G35 crowd, normally it's very heavy. VQ motor, but this car starts off as very heavy car. So not entirely sure. Oh, it is a manual transmission though, so I know Kevin Parlett's going to put it down this weekend, but he does have some stiff competition. We're going to see if we can get a word with Kevin here as he's applying his official GTA door panels. It's lopsided. It's lopsided, Kevin. It's lopsided. How are you, sir? Welcome to our GTA live stream. Welcome to our Global Time Attack. Welcome to Road Atlanta. Have you ever driven on this course before, Kevin?
Yes, I have, actually. I've done a couple NASA events here, so I'm pretty excited. It's the first time being out at GTA, so love to see what we can do.
We're excited to have you. We have no idea for lap times here. I know Lee Keen and some crazy Porsche guy and, you know, some Stephanie Sarrazin and a Peugeot ran a 106, but I know that's not really likely for most of our guys. I've heard like 120 to 125s maybe going to be like the super fast time. What have you done here? What do you expect to do this weekend?
I've been in the high 120s. I'm hoping to get a little bit lower than that. This is the first time we've used slicks. In the past we've been doing Toyos. So we switched with some Hoosiers here. Hope to have a little bit more traction, and this is the first time we've used those brakes as well. So
new brakes?
A couple new things. We got some, a rear diffuser that we're going to be testing and probably doing some hacking on as the weekend goes along. But we're excited. I think 120s should be most of the field, is my guess.
Well, Kevin, thank you very much for coming out. We greatly appreciate it. Any sponsors you want to give a shout out to before we move on as we're interviewing everybody here?
Obviously, Soho Motorsports. They're the ones that have done every single thing on this car. Computech, Assaultech, Strafe, SPL, Bing's Customs. Now I'm going to look at the side. Chase Bays, StopTech, obviously. Just everybody has come together in this car the past couple of years, and we're excited to finally put it to good use. So.
Hey, as a fan of Time Attack, I really love when people bring out different platforms. So kudos to you for bringing out something that we don't necessarily see out here, as opposed to like the Evo 8, which is like the de facto anybody can do it Time Attack car. So appreciate you bringing out the G35.
Thanks for the love, man. I hope we can put this thing on the top of the podium.
Excellent. Kevin Parlett, unlimited rear-wheel drive, Soho Motorsports G35. So we're going to see, oh, you got D-Sport sticker. I love D-Sport. Hi, Mike Farrar and the guys from D-Sport. So we're making our way over here. Now, producer Daryl, if we could show this car right here. This is a limited rear-wheel drive car. This is actually Dave Norton's car. We're showing Jared Stoops' car, but Dave Norton's car. I don't know, producer Daryl, can you get through here and see the engine bay on this one? And we'll see if we can sneak around here. So, this car's gorgeous. This car's been all the way out. These guys are from Alabama, and this car's been all the way out to California. It's run at the Super Lap Battle Finals a couple years ago. I know Dave also he campaigns a Porsche. I've seen him running a Porsche at some events, but the fab work on this car is just amazing. Nissan SR20 motor. I don't know, last time I checked, 450, 500 horsepower. 620 to the wheels, one of the guys is telling me now from the spec team. So 620 to the wheels now. So they're running on the Toyo Proxys R888s. So well within limited class specs. 620 to the wheels, does very well. I do believe that Dave has spent a lot of time at this track and run at this track quite frequently. And actually, we see here, look at this. This is an OG Super Street sticker, fighting the JDM style since 1996. I made that sticker for anybody who needs to know. So I'm just letting everybody know that I do still matter. Oh, Travis Barnes. Hey, the Sauce Boss says I look so hot on the computer. Thank you, Sauce Boss. I've been doing my sit-ups and everything. I got the Thigh Master and everything. I've been doing the Thigh Master and everything, so I feel good. Speaking of feeling good, this car makes me feel really good. This car belongs to Jared J. Stoops, AMI Racing. This is a Porsche 997 Cup car, but this isn't actually a Cup car. Jared did the conversion on the Cup car. Everything on this car is actually aftermarket products. He's running the Whelen USTT Championships, which is part of the NARA series. So you see our boys at NARA, Rob Morrison at NARA Online. Thank you very much for the love. We greatly appreciate you having one of your guys come out. Jared Stoops out here. The first time I met Jared Stoops, no joke, the guy ran on a red line Time Attack at Sebring. He had a brand new 370. He backed it into a wall, had some issues with it, went to go replace the hub assembly, couldn't find it because the car was so new, so he bought another 370Z, a stock car, brought it over to the track and ripped all the parts off of it, put it back in the car, and finished the red line Time Attack. So there's the man right there. I was just telling him the story about you at Sebring. When you backed it into the wall, you had a mechanical issue, and the car touched the wall, and you damaged the rear hub. Did you really go out and buy another car and bring that back to the track and take the parts off of that?
Touching's kind of saying it lightly. We touched it at about 100. We destroyed the whole front suspension assembly and the hub, most of the rear, and we bought most of a G37 from Tampa and had it shipped up. The guys put it together overnight, and we were back on track. They aligned it with a few 2x4s and some string and a little bit of Jack Daniels, and it was good to go.
And now you're out here. I've also seen you in an R35, but now you're out here in something German now this weekend. I've seen you running around with Schrief Abdelbasset and everything, the guys at Ford Performance, this AMI racing car, and the guys from Brazen. They do some really great videos, too. I've been watching some of their stuff online, too. Tell me a little bit about this car that you brought this weekend.
This car was a little bit controversial as when you put it up online, and it's not a Cup car like everybody thinks. It's a shop manufactured car, started its life as a 997. It has been converted with mostly Cup parts, but if you look at the cage and people that know the Cup car, it's not a Cup car. It has some few additional bars in it, makes it 30 pounds heavier. It does have a spec motor. We're 370 wheel horsepower, so we're definitely underpowered, and we're going to try to do it all on grip. You know, these cars are fabulous, and they're known for their durability. You know, these cars are meant to go 24 hours straight. They're not really meant to run 2 or 3 laps. So with that said, they're still pretty competitive on some lap times. So
now,
we'll put on a pretty good show.
Now, because I know nothing about cars, one of the things that I thought, I said, you know what, if someone really knew their stuff, this car's legal. The way it's set up, it's legal. If you even enter a Cup car, it's legal because it has a VIN number. It's basically a registered vehicle that can be sold, unlike the RSR cars. I said, what if you took like basically a Cup car and you send it to some, you know, had Schrief Abdelbasset and his guys at Ford do some monster twin turbo concoction. You were telling me something different about if you put too much power in this car, what does it do?
They don't really like a lot of power. You know, if you go to the races and you see some of the unlimited classes, they'll actually be Porsche turbo conversions where they'll take a turbocharged car. They may have 700-800 horsepower, whatever, and they run them in unlimited against the cups, and the cups are always faster. As the chassis doesn't really like to have a lot more power, so people don't put a lot more power in the car. It does what it does on grip. You know, even the new 2010 spec cup cars are 450 horsepower, and the improvements are made in grip and aerodynamics and everything in the car. The car really does its work with the engineering. It's like a really expensive Miata. You know, if it's a momentum car, if you have to lift or if you have to brake too much, there's really not enough power to overcome that. So if you make mistakes, they show up in big deficits, and you see them in speed trace on the data. Once a car falls off, it takes a lot to get the steam built back up.
So now with that said, Chris Rado's talking about going close to 200 miles an hour, braking 200 miles an hour down the straight before 10A, down the big, fast, long straight. I don't want to give away any of your speed secrets because you were telling me some things off the air, but what do you have to say about Chris and his 200 mile an hour speed there?
I hope to be behind Chris on turn 7 so I can get some of his draft.
Now, you're talking about that. Now, you say a momentum car. Do you think that with only 370 horsepower, you'll have anything for Jeff Westphal and his car and Rado's, it's a rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, front-wheel drive battle in the upper ranks?
I think once we hit the first bridge on the back straight, once I'm pulling fourth in this car, they'll start legging out on me. But off corner, we've got a lot of grip. The car's geared to come off every corner. You know, on a track like Barber, where these cars can't leg out, we could do a little better. But out here with the straights, we just don't have the legs to run them on the other end. And I know these guys are great on the brakes too. So some of the things that we try to do against other competition is late brake them or whatever, and I really don't know that we're going to have that advantage here. All these guys, they run balls out, they brake late. You know, there's no fear in these guys, so we're not going to be able to intimidate them by getting up on their bumper. I'll be lucky to, see their taillights in the brake zone. So.
Well, we appreciate you coming out. Special thanks to the guys from AMI Racing, Jared Stoops, the Brazen guys. We really, really appreciate you guys coming out and supporting the series and running this weekend.
Glad to be here. You know, we really want to support you guys and help this thing get up and going and get the word out, because, Time Attack is fabulous. And it's been done wrong so many times. It'd be fantastic to see it done right, really get these guys out here. And, in my opinion, we should be here breaking track records. If people are talking about this car being illegal, and my complaint would be the guys in the Unlimited, anything south of the Space Shuttle should be here. We should be crushing track records, really showing what a production-based car could do. Because otherwise, I just don't see it taking off. What's the use in coming and watching Time Attack if every ALMS weekend every car here is faster? And these guys are going to show, that they can be faster. And these guys are building these cars in shops, around the country. And if that car can do what they say it's going to do, that'll turn some heads. That'll turn some heads.
Wonderful. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you run. Jared, thank you very much for coming out.
Great. Thanks.
Jared Stoops, everyone. And Jared's also fortunate that I'm not in charge here, because if I was, we would be doing Time Attack wrong. So fortunately, I just babber in front of the mic. Now we have people putting windshield banners here on their cars, and I believe this was a car that was going to be registered and then didn't register and then showed up and said they were going to pay cash money when they showed up here and say, you know what, we are going to be here, but his credit card didn't work. I think it was his credit card. It could have belonged to an Asian woman from Gardena, California, but he said it was his credit card when he was trying. I believe, Matthew, is this Matthew? Chris? Matthew.
What's going on?
Hey, I'm John. How are you? Nice to meet you. What did you bring for us here?
It's my 1990 Miata, 1.8 swap, pretty much your typical track setup. Hopefully was hoping to have the car turboed by the event, but that didn't happen, so we're going all motor. So it should be interesting. We'll be pushing hard to run with the S2Ks. So.
Yeah, you guys are running with a bunch of S2Ks in this one. I believe there's an IS300 in the event too. So, yeah. Exactly. So, do you think you have anything for them, even without the turbo?
For the S2K guys, no. We'll see what the IS does. From what I understand, it's full weight, 3,500 pounds, but 500 wheels is not something to mess with. So we'll see what it does on the back straight, and if they can get that car slowed down. So I'm thinking we'll be quicker than them through the S's and through the back section of the course. But hopefully we have something for them.
Well, wonderful. Thank you very much for coming out, and thank you very much for registering and getting out here and running. We're looking forward to see what the Miata could do. Not really a momentum track, sort of a high-powered track, so you're going to be flat everywhere, basically.
Definitely. Yeah, it's going to be flat-footed, 10 tenths. there's, you know, very few spots you really hard on the brakes in this car. So it's going to be try to carry as much momentum as we can, use as much of the track as we can, and hopefully have something for the Lexus guys.
Excellent. Matthew, good luck. Best of luck this weekend.
All right, thank you very much.
One of our street rear-wheel drive guys. Speaking of street rear-wheel drive guys, these guys were blowing up the interwebs here. Producer Daryl, can you get back and show this car? I have the driver here. What's your name, young man?
Austin Cabot.
Austin, you guys have been really promoting the series. We've really been excited about having you guys come out. You guys run this car in NASA a lot, correct?
Yeah, it's a NASA TTC spec car, so it's actually very under-prepped. A little more so than the Miata is, but very under-prepped for what the rules allow. So.
Yeah, we have the guys from Professional Awesome here coming here in an Evo that's something like 600 plus horsepower in the all-wheel drive street class. So you guys are bringing a little bit less to the table, huh?
Yeah, maybe just a little less power. I think we're running maybe 210, maybe 215 horsepower on a good day. So it's pretty much like a Miata on steroids. So it's the same deal, but it's pretty quick around.
We have quite a few S2000s. I believe Brian Hedian's coming down from New Jersey too in the Wired Racing S2000s. So you guys can have an S2000 shootout here. You've driven on this track quite a bit, have you? What's the fastest you've been around?
The fastest so far, actually, I came down in March just to get a little bit of seat time before the event. I did a 144.2 without ABS and then flat spotted a tire, so I had to go to slicks after that. So I really don't have too much comparable, but we're hoping for hopefully for the 140, 139 range is what we're shooting for. So.
Excellent. Well, Austin, thank you very much for coming out. We greatly appreciate it. And I didn't even interview you. What's your name again, young man?
Drew.
Drew, how are you?
Pretty good.
Now, you're from Def Motion, correct?
Yeah, I'm the owner.
How's business?
Great. We've been growing big time in 2012, doing fabulous. I mean, record months every month. Been working with ohmygoddrift.com, motoiq.com, and then, you know, started talking to Jason and decided to do Global Time Attack. Hopefully we can make, you know, 2 or 3 rounds this year. And then next year, you know, if we do well this year, we'd hope to run the whole series. So.
Where are you guys based out of, too?
Murfreesboro, Tennessee. It's about 30 miles south of Nashville.
Very good. And you guys going to give Austin some more power maybe for the next round? Give him a special package or something?
This year, probably not, because we're trying to go for TTC Nationals in NASA. And, you know, if we do too much more, we're out of that class. But for next year, we're looking at, you know, we're sponsored by Voltex. So we're looking, you know, to kind of bring the party to Evasive when we come out to Buttonwillow. You know, but those are fighting words.
Calling out the Evasive guys. I love it. Maybe you can get that crazy. Well, they also have kind of the in with the Voltex guys, Nakajima-san. But, you know, if you guys can get that new kit that they're running on that Top Fuel S2000, that might be something.
Yeah, that wide body is pretty fantastic.
I think they need the bumper sticker on the back that says "Got Diffuser" on it, because
it's crazy. I doubt we'll be running that. We'll probably run the same race kit that Evasive's got, but you know, we've got a completely different suspension setup than they do. We're running the DMP. You know, they're pretty much a prototype coilover right now. You know, Evasive's on the teens, but you know, hopefully you know, these coilovers can bring a fight, and we'll do well to, you know, this weekend. So.
Well, Drew, Austin, thank you very much for coming out. We greatly appreciate it. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, that's the guys from Def Motion. We have Matthew, we have Drew, we have Austin. Over here, the guys aren't here, but we have the car. Producer Daryl, I don't know if we could show it, and I believe the hood's down on it right now. This car ran an unlimited front-wheel drive at our last event in New Jersey. Todd Reed from the Reed Speed Fortune Auto Car, he's actually reduced the car down to limited class. So he's going to be running a limited front-wheel drive this year. And this is a stacked class this year at Road Atlanta. I believe we have 5 cars entered. It's going to be a pretty big class. So this car ran very, very well against Rado and his spaceship. But he said running against Rado and the spaceship has been pretty crazy for him. So he's actually reduced his car. It's got a full dash in it now. He actually converted it back to limited class status. So this is a limited front-wheel drive entry that we see here today.